Hi, this is Terry Farrell, Dax from Deep Space Nine, and welcome to Random Trek.
Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Random Trek. I am your EMH Mark I, Christopher Ingle, joined as always by the next in line, who in a lot of ways is better than me, the EMH Mark II, Brennan, the Mystical Mar. Brennan, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, well, quit breathing down my neck.
I don't have a neck.
Well, I think we messed up that line, but yeah. Today
we got close.
We get close, yes. Today we're taking a look at Star Trek Voyager Season 4, Episode 14, Message in a Bottle. I love any episode that deals with the EMH because I thought as the seasons got along, his writing got better and better and better when they focused only on him. Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So yeah, today we'll take a look at that. But before we do that, we got a little business to take care of. Brennan went to take a little trip to a convention and might have met a little known person in the Star Trek universe. Want to tell us about it?
Yes, this last weekend was GalaxyCon San Jose. And who was there but none other than the legendary William Shatner.
Wow.
And I got to meet him and talk to him.
What'd you talk about?
It was one of the most wonderful interactions I've had at a convention.
Mm-hmm.
He said some very kind and encouraging words.
Yeah.
I had him sign a picture with him from the famous Goblin on the Wing episode of The Twilight Zone.
Good choice.
And he could not have been more wonderful.
Wow. You know, we don't think about it, but the man's in his 90s.
He's 94.
Yeah. Oof. You know,
I figured if I didn't get my chance now, I might regret it.
You're probably right. You're probably right. I'm glad you got to meet with the man and talk with him. And
yes, he was very kind.
Oh yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, let's get into talking about an episode with a actor that's not so great.
Oh boy.
So yes, Message in a Bottle.
Not so great on multiple levels.
So much. What were your initial thoughts of Message in a Bottle?
Well, I remember this episode. I've seen it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first official contact between Voyager and the rest of the Federation.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to a long and interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, it's always fun to see the Doctor get to step up and do things.
Yeah.
That don't involve Beowulf.
It's an underrated episode.
No, that's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, I remember this episode. It's decent.
Yeah, it's one of these comedy episodes, and I will say that the Doctor tends to run a lot of times on comedic, though sometimes he can have some very dramatic, serious parts that are so important and pivotal and great. But I think that just goes to the ability of Robert Picardo.
Oh, yes.
And that he's more than just a joke. He actually has some depth to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that. But this is not depth. This is comedy. It is a comedy episode that actually, I'm going to put this out there right now. This is Die Hard Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is. With comedy, this is Die Hard.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. Yes.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the episode itself, and then we'll break down the details.
Indeed.
So, 7 of 9 is using the extended range of the sensors of Voyager to locate, she finds an alien network of sensor stations who we don't know it yet, but they belong to the Hirogen. There's a name we'll come back to many times this season.
Oh boy, yes we will.
Yes. So she manages to patch into it and using the sensor network finds on the other side a vessel on the outer edge of the Alpha Quadrant. And it's a Federation vessel. They're hoping that they could contact Starfleet after being in the Delta Quadrant for 3 years. So they try sending a message. It doesn't work. It's just not functioning. And they realize they need something a little more complex that can hold the signal. And they realize a holographic message, the Doctor. So they quickly realize if they send the Doctor along this network, the Doctor could relay a message for them, but not without risk. It's an alien network. They don't know what's going to happen. They could lose the Doctor. So I love the Doctor saying, listen, I've been asking for more away missions, but this is what I thought. Oh, but he agrees to do it. And so they send him across the network, and he arrives on the very awesome sickbay of the USS Prometheus. The Prometheus is an experimental Federation warship that is being designed to help fight in the Dominion War. He quickly learns from a dying crewman in sickbay that Romulans learned of the prototype and captured it, killing everyone on board. The ship actually, as the Doctor arrives, is being pursued by the USS Bonshun. The Romulans do their first test of what is the multi-vector assault mode, which is so cool. Even today.
It is very much.
It's like saucer separation on steroids. And I love it so much.
Yes.
And so we get to see the Prometheus really kick some butt. And so it splits actually into 3 pieces, engaging the ships, and is victorious. The Doctor needs help, but there's no other Starfleet individuals alive on the ship. But he quickly realizes, wait a second, this ship has an EMH too. So he activates the EMH, and we meet the Mark II EMH, begrudgingly played by Andy Dick.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll get through this, and then we're going to talk about Andy Dick
during the Andy Dick era.
Yeah. So the Doctor learns from the EMH Mark II about the Dominion War and that the Federation is fighting in it, and the Romulans haven't joined yet. But he's kind of a bit of a coward, this Mark II. And he says, I want to just deactivate. That's protocol. We'll just wait for help. But the EMH the Doctor, we'll just call him the Doctor for argument's sake.
Mm-hmm.
The Doctor is saying, no, we need to help, because if I don't get back to Voyager, this is terrible. They're going to be without a surgeon. No one's going to know. We have to stop this. So the Romulans have someone who needed needed to be having treated for injuries. So they come in, and we learn that the Romulans initially don't view EMHs as threats. So using this as a pretense, the Doctor says there's an infection on board and goes to the bridge. He comes up with a plan with the other EMH to release anesthetizing gas into the ventilation system to knock everybody out, and it won't affect the EMHs. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, all ship functions are being routed to the bridge, and so it has to be opened from the bridge. So he manages to get up to the bridge, but the Romulans quickly realize that the Doctor is not there to do what he says. And he's captured by the Romulans. The Doctor, while being interrogated, kind of keeps them busy. But the Mark II comes to the rescue. The Mark II fools the ship's computer into opening up the filters, and the gas gets distributed, knocking out the Romulans. Okay, so now the two EMHs have control of a ship that they don't know how to fly at all. The Doctor has had 2 flying lessons in a shuttle simulation, but he showed great promise. But as they get to the bridge, 3 Romulan D'Deridex warbirds show up. Not
Nice.
good. The Tal Shiar, they are belonging to the Tal Shiar, and the Tal Shiar want to take this. We all know the Tal Shiar are no good. So unfamiliar with the systems, they don't fool the Romulans into leaving. They tried to trick them, it doesn't work. But as they're doing this, 3 Starfleet vessels show up, and a battle over the Prometheus happens. In the battle, all of the vessels end up targeting the Prometheus. The Romulans are targeting it, keeping out of Federation hands. Federation is targeting it because they think the Romulans still have it. It's all nuts. And the whole time, the EMHs are trying to figure out how to do everything out, accidentally fire on a Starfleet vessel. Nothing good is happening until they accidentally activate the multi-vector assault mode and command the ship to attack the Romulans, which they do wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
The Romulans are defeated. Starfleet boards the ship, and the Doctor manages to get a hold of Starfleet. The Doctor is eventually sent back along the network and reminds that, tells them, I did it. The mission was a success, and I was asked to relay a message directly to you, Captain. You're no longer alone. And I love Janeway's statement. Suddenly 40,000 light years seems a bit closer today. It's really great.
Yeah. Yep.
It really is. Okay. This episode. Yeah, it's the EMH's episode, and I really love seeing Bob Picardo get to take command, as it were. Not the last time, not the first time we're going to see this happen. But he's got to play the straight man to Andy Dick.
Yes.
What do you think about Andy Dick as the EMH? Smart too.
I think he's all right. But being Andy Dick, it's kind of hard to shake that persona.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like he's just kind of doing the same shtick he always does.
Right.
And, well, he's an EMH, so he's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely playing the Niles Crane of this episode.
That's a good way to put it.
Wouldn't it have been interesting, though, to see, what's his name? David Hyde Pierce is this character.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the skit on the Emmys where they mixed Voyager with Frasier?
Yes.
I don't think this would work.
No, that's true.
Not at that
But
time
that's what
anyway.
Andy Dick feels like he's doing.
So it's really weird for me because I am not a fan of Andy Dick. I don't find him to be funny. I don't find him to be entertaining, and I especially don't find him to be a good actor. And this falls in the same camp that Denise Richards in The World Is Not Enough is. And I don't believe you are a doctor, sir. You look nothing like what a doctor should be. You don't act like how a doctor should be.
Good
Same way
point.
that Denise Richards in that Bond movie is not a nuclear physicist.
No.
No way.
No.
And I get what he's trying to do, and he definitely comes off as the comedic relief in this to the straight man of the Doctor.
Couple. It's the odd couple.
It is the odd couple, and he's just annoying, though.
It kind of
It's
pushes it a bit far.
it really, really does. And there's some great one-liners, but they're done by the Doctor, not the Mark II.
Yeah.
My breath is simulated. Well, my neck is simulated. Quit doing it anyway. Which, by the way, that line was actually improvised. Thank you, Bob Picardo. That's a good line from you.
Oh, yes.
But all of it is just it's quippy. You should try and keep a personal log. All the good stuff is from him. Andy Dick is just irritating, aggravating, and you had to have someone else to help him. I get it. I think this is poor casting, except that it's a comedic episode, so I get what they're trying to do. But I just still don't like it.
Yeah.
You know. But introducing the Hirogen to us, that's a nice touch. Love the Hirogen. I always have. I think they're a great Star Trek species.
Yes, very
Um,
much.
very much so. And then of course the importance of getting off the ship for a change. And the Prometheus. Oh, if you're a fan of Starfleet vessels, the Prometheus has got to be one of your favorites.
Got
Because it's
one minor complaint about
oh, go ahead.
it. The interiors are really boring.
Mm. It's not like they maybe rehashed a set that they already had to film it.
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe.
What? I'm a little bit surprised that the design of the interior doesn't look more like the Enterprise E in that regard.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. That's possible. I don't know much in terms of the production of this one. Um, other than I will say, visual effects supervisor Mitch Suskin has stated that what they did with the Prometheus, he really liked it. Really enjoyed it. I don't know. It does feel a little cramped. And the bridge feels it feels clean, but just kind of slapped together.
Yeah, very flat.
It's very white or very
Yeah, it's very
beige or
glowy, very.
yeah, I don't know. But the
But
outside of the ship looks
yeah,
absolutely
the exterior
gorgeous.
is amazing.
Yeah. I really like this. And that ship would make its way into Star Trek Online as one of my favorite vessels to play as. And I
Mm,
love using multi-vector assault mode. But that was kind of a nice touch, is giving a ship something different to do.
hmm
And this is something that I've always loved. So Next Generation gave us the saucer separation,
hmm
which is really cool. Deep Space Nine, of course, DS9 the station, but the Defiant has the cloak, a cloak. And
hmm
now Voyager, well, Voyager itself could land. That was new.
hmm
But then they give us another ship that now it does something absolutely completely different. It's not like every other ship. This is an era of Star Trek that I really love because starship design, there was care and love taken for it. When we get into things like Picard, and I would even say, with Star Trek Online, like the Odyssey class of ships, the Enterprise F is an Odyssey class ship. They all look the same. There's not a lot of originality to it. And even going into Picard, I'm still a little disappointed. I do appreciate when they did Star Trek Prodigy,
hmm
specifically with the device that corrupted all the other vessels to fire on each other.
hmm
I like that we got a lot of different types of vessels again. Nothing really felt the same. So that was really nice. But yeah, I guess the only thing with this episode I don't like is Andy Dick. It's serviceable, but I just don't buy him in this role other than for the point of the comedic effort.
Yes.
So, yeah. Now that being said, I do recommend this episode.
Yeah, I do too.
Because Bob Picardo deserves to have these kinds of episodes once in a while. They're so
Yes.
great. The next one that I think of what's kind of like this is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes.
It's a comedic episode. It's meant to be funny, but we see a glimmer of something important with Bob Picardo that eventually pays off in the end. In season 7, we actually get to see the ECH in action. And it's really good. So I love the things that are set up in here, but the comedic foil for this kinda spoils it a little bit, but it is still worth watching.
Yep.
All right. Final thoughts from you, my friend.
Watch it. It's not anything special, but watch it.
Yes. Or if you just want to see how Voyager finally let the Alpha Quadrant know that they were alive, this is it.
Yep.
This episode. It is important. All right. So next week is movie night here on the ship. We are going to be taking a look at the often hated, though I don't know why, John Carter. I don't get it to this day, my friend. The first time I saw it, I loved this movie.
One of the worst titles to a great movie.
But maybe it's the Edgar Rice Burroughs thing. I really don't know. It's possible.
Yeah.
But after that, we are moving along in our Star Trek randomizer. Let's see, where are we going to next after Voyager? Are we in the animated episodes?
Believe so.
Are we? Oh boy. Can't believe we're already in the animated episodes again. All right. Okay. So here we go. 3 episodes for the weeks after. Let's see what it gives us. It says season 2, episode 22. I think it's just episode 22, but the episode is entitled The Counterclock Incident. Don't know what that one's about. All right. Good old Lower Decks, season 5, episode 1, Dos Cerritos.
Yes.
I know which one this is. That one I like. I do. I very much do. And then going into Star Trek Prodigy, we are taking a look at, come on, season 1, episode 16, Preludes.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. This one I don't have any idea. Let's see. Hold on. I wanted to see which one this was. There we go. Star Trek Prodigy, season 1, Preludes. Janeway's in it a lot. Okay, so Janeway is digging into the past of the Protostar crew, and the diviner recalls his life's mission. I maybe don't remember this one. Interesting.
Okay.
All right, well, that's where we're at. So in 2 weeks, that's what we will be taking a look at. Okay.
Counterclock Incident, Dos Cerritos, and
Preludes.
Preludes.
Mm-hmm. All righty then. Brennan, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at renmar.bluesky.social. You can find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And page turners they will need.
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at CIngle1984. But as always, we end every episode. Kapla! Live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.